welcome to The Late Show with me, Sudhana Singh. Now, with the release of a recent survey claiming that chocolate is getting people hot under the collar, sales in the UK have been soaring. In a minute, we'll be talking to a chocolate expert who carried out the survey and will be doing a cheeky chocolate testing to see what we think. But my first guest is no stranger to our airwaves. Back in 2015, he impressed judges and came out on top to win Kiss FM's Chosen One. He's working alongside big stars like Craig David, Years and Years, and Scouting for Girls. He's also been named as one of the 30 under 31s to watch and recently became an unexpected dad to some caterpillars. It's Sam Darlaston, everyone.
Hello, you're right.
Hi, Sam. Great to have you here.
Ah, thanks for having me.
Looking very sorry.
Oh yeah, it's warm. Quite warm today. So.
Oh. Now, Sam, you have been very busy for many weeks because you were, a new dad.
Yeah, I became a new dad. Yeah, I found some caterpillars.
Yes. As an expert, can you tell any would-be presenters how to transition from caterpillars to butterflies?
Well, they sort of do it on their own. I found these caterpillars in a broccoli, and I found them across 3 broccolis. There ended up being 7 that I just bought from the supermarket. And then I just literally got like a Tupperware. I put some scented loo roll in there, so they smell quite nice because they can smell a bit bad apparently. And then caterpillars only eat what you find them on, so I kept them with some broccoli. And then within a few days, they become like a chrysalis, and they like grab onto the side of the Tupperware. And then within a few weeks, they became butterflies, and then I just released them.
Yes. As if a presenter were to come to you and say, I really want to break into your industry, and they feel like they are caterpillars, how would you move them to butterflies?
Oh, I see. Oh, good metaphor. I think the caterpillar stage is the stage where you need to be knocking on a lot of doors, talking to the right people, just ask people to go for a coffee, make sure, if you want to go into radio or voiceover, make sure you've got a strong demo, like a sound reel, so you can record yourself. You can buy a microphone and just record it onto a laptop, edit it, crop it down, and then just send that out to the right people at radio stations and things like that. That's the caterpillar stage. Then I guess the chrysalis stage, like the middle stage, is when you get your first job and you're working hard. Then butterfly, I'm still not in my butterfly stage yet. So.
All right. What qualities would you say, Sam, set you apart? There were thousands of hopefuls for the Kiss FM job.
Yeah.
What set you apart?
Honestly, no idea. Honestly, to this day, still don't know how I would it. I don't know how I blagged it, but I think I know it sounds a bit cliche, but there's something to be said about just being authentic and just making sure that you are fully being yourself, because people will see through it if you're not. Like on the day, like I was chatting to the cleaners in the bathroom, I was just like having a good time. I was literally just there for a day out. I was like, because there's a top 20 day basically. So for the day that I went to for the top 20, I just treated it like big day out in London, I'm gonna have fun. Whereas some people went there thinking it was like going to change their life, and they put too much on it. Whereas I think if you just go and you relax and just have a nice time, make some friends, and then see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you became a dad, it's a very big responsibility.
It is.
Was there a mum to help with the feeds?
Oh no, I didn't. I was a single
walks?
parent.
A single
dad.
Parent to 7 single
caterpillars.
dad, no less.
Yeah.
Wow. So, was it difficult, time-consuming?
It got more time-consuming because obviously, the more it went sort of like viral, the more I was getting calls off like Good Morning America, Fox News, and obviously because of the time difference, they were calling me at like 11 p.m. So there's days where I was working from like 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Well, not even working, I wasn't getting paid. I was just talking about my caterpillars, and I was like, this is, because it really did, like, I've never experienced anything like that before. It was a big viral thing. Mm-hmm. It's weird, but yeah, no, it was quite time.
So you talk about these long hours. I know that you've won some pretty long hours on Kiss FM, Sundays, working 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Where's the time for your social life?
Well, that was difficult. So my first like big show on the network for Kiss was 11 till 2 a.m. as you said then, and that was 4 nights a week. And it was difficult because you couldn't really make any plans in the week, like for weeknights. And obviously all my mates worked 9 to 5s, so I'd have no time to socialise with them in the week. I just socialised a lot on the weekend, really, to begin with. But now, obviously, my shows have moved and they're afternoon shows now, which is great. I work 3 hours a day, I can't moan. Like, it's pretty decent.
Okay, now your friends very teasingly referred to you as cheese string arms. I have to know, Sam, what did Mark Wahlberg tell you when you said to him, and I know you did, that you wanted to transition from cheese string to big
I know,
guns?
that was 3 years ago and it still hasn't happened. He said, I can't remember what he said exactly. He talked about Cristiano Ronaldo and how I shouldn't follow his regime and I should follow his or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he gave me some advice. And he was just like, make sure you pack a lot more protein into your diet and all this. I haven't done it, but it was nice to hear it from him.
All right, packing a lot of protein. Well, I don't know about protein, but what we are going to do is going to have a look at something in a minute, because chocolate has been in the press this past week in a survey saying that it's an aphrodisiac. But before we hear from our expert Jade Wolf, let's find out a little bit more about chocolate. Yum! That's a treat. Now, from all that gooey, melty, yummy stuff, Jade, you've been busy having a lot of that, haven't you?
Well, yes.
Can you tell us about your survey?
Absolutely. So we wanted to find out basically, how people react to chocolate, how the effect it has on the body. And we found that, certainly in women, it really makes them, how can I put it, in the mood for fun. And so what it does is essentially it's endorphins. It stimulates these endorphins in the brain, and it actually increases the blood pressure. So the blood flow, not the blood pressure, it actually lowers the blood pressure. So great for the heart, great for sex.
Racy stuff. Now, chocolate as an aphrodisiac is nothing new, is it, Jade?
It is not new. In fact, there was an emperor, an Aztec emperor, who used to drink 50 cups of it a day, 50 cups of cocoa. And he did this because he had 600 wives to satisfy. And so, he was using it for exactly that purpose.
Sam, I know this is a bit risque, you're a single dad, but let's press on. So, Jade, royals have used it, and us Brits at last are not ashamed to say it does get us a bit hot under the collar. What have you found out this week?
Well, I mean, for one thing, white chocolate is not chocolate. It's wrong to call it chocolate. It actually has no cocoa content whatsoever. So if anyone tries to, it's just basically sweets. It's confectionery. It's not the real deal. So don't be fooled. And obviously, dark chocolate is the real thing. You have milk chocolate, which has some cocoa, but dark chocolate, particularly 70% or over, that's the stuff that's going to get you going. So that's the stuff to go with.
Right. Dare I sneak in, how do you use chocolate to play?
Well, I mean, that's a very personal question, but I'll tell you anyway. It's such a flexible thing. It melts. You can put it on things like what we do is strawberries, chocolate.
I'm not going to let you get off the single dad thing, Sam. And you've got to step up and tell me how you've used chocolate.
I didn't know until a minute ago it's nothing to see. It just makes me feel a bit bloated, if I'm honest.
You've got to try it for that purpose.
Have I? I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. I don't know.
I would recommend get a strawberry, dip it in chocolate, and then.
I'm allergic to strawberries. Genuinely.
Okay.
Is there another fruit?
There is another
fruit.
Cherries. Do you
Cherries.
like cherries?
We'll have to bring you in another time. Okay. But for now, thank you very much for coming in.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, that's all we have time for today. We'll see you next time.